Tonight, News4JAX investigates. Mayor Curry's office taking action after we started asking questions about city equipment that's now missing or stolen. The News4JAX investigators obtained a lengthy list of items dating back to 2010, which originally cost a total of $4 million, your taxpayer money.
The list includes courthouse video systems, an ice machine, breathalyzers, and even bulletproof shields used by the police SWAT team. News4JAX investigator Tarek Miner's been digging into what some call a prime example of public waste. Tarek?
Tom, we started off requesting a list of missing equipment covering just a one-year period. And a week after we did that, new legislation was introduced to City Council. It authorizes the Director of Finance to delete all unaccountable items from the books so the city can write these items off because they'll likely never be able to account for them. What we found on this list was mind-boggling, affecting multiple city departments. We wanted to know how items like an $11,000 forklift truck can go missing and why no one in the world is being held accountable. There's only one way in and one way out of Duval County's new courthouse, which is secured with video camera surveillance and armed police officers. But that didn't stop video equipment totaling more than $100,000 from vanishing at the courthouse. Was it stolen or was it misplaced? We asked Jacksonville city officials, and the plain and simple answer is they have no idea.
So if someone was robbing the city blind of stuff, we wouldn't know.
I think it would be difficult.
That's not cool. I'd want to know. I mean, we pay our taxes on everything they tax us on, so why aren't they held accountable for what money they're spending?
So what's disappeared? Fire Services reports missing items including computers, exercise equipment, cameras, ovens, even a floating dock the city paid nearly $5,000 for in 1985. In total, items the city paid more than $164,000 for are gone. At Animal Care and Protective Services, 2 examination tables are missing, along with camera and video equipment, which the city paid more than $6,000 for, and 2 of these. It's a net gun used to safely capture animals, and no one can tell us where they are. That's all taxpayer-funded items. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It don't make any sense.
City equipment is also missing from the libraries, the Stormwater Maintenance Department, as well as the Organized Crime section of the Sheriff's Office and FDLE, including a $6,300 breathalyzer, 2 high-powered binoculars purchased for $3,600 each, and 2 missing ice machines.
We should be able to find our ice machines. If we can't find them, then something's happened.
City Councilman John Crescenbenny says he doesn't know whether the city equipment was stolen or misplaced. He does admit the city of Jacksonville has a long-standing problem with keeping an accurate inventory of city property.
That $20,000 video camera could be in a closet somewhere that it's not supposed to be, and where it's supposed to be, can't find it.
Each city department is required to do 1 inventory a year. The city property officers are responsible for overseeing this process, as well as filing police reports. And any city item that is valued at more than $1,000 is supposed to be tagged with a sticker, and as you see here, assigned with an index code.
Have a sticker on there somewhere? No, it does not, does it? I do not see one.
Part of the problem, stickers like these that help keep track of property. They're not being used, or we found they sometimes rub off and they aren't being replaced. We asked Jacksonville Mayor Lenny Curry's office if the mayor is aware of these expensive oversights. A spokesman for his office places the blame on the former administration of Mayor Alvin Brown.
Based upon our review, it looks as though the previous administration did not at all conduct any of the inventory management practices. They did not follow Code 122. When you look at it, you have those types of, missing assets that actually show up in an annual report.
Former Mayor Alvin Brown's office released this statement in his defense, saying Mayor Brown left office more than 8 months ago, and it's disappointing that anyone would continue to cast blame on him for ongoing city issues when the truth is the Brown administration worked hard to enhance accountability throughout city government. It should also be noted that a great number of items listed relate to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, the public libraries, and the courts, independent branches of government which a mayor does not oversee. A spokesman for Mayor Curry says loss prevention and inventory is a priority, but city officials couldn't provide any specifics to News4JAX on how new guidelines are being implemented. admitted that the city has to find a better way to keep track of their assets. And as we said, the city originally paid a total of $4.3 million for the unaccounted for items dating back to 2010. Now, a spokesperson says over time, those items have depreciated. Some of them have lost their value altogether, and now the items are worth about $94,000. Now, we have a complete list of the missing city property and a copy of the proposed legislation that would wipe it off the city books inside our story at news4jax.com/investigative.
Tarek, did Councilman Crescent-Benny have any ideas for any perhaps legislative proposals to prevent this from happening?
Well, the councilman says that really the only way to fix this problem is just to revamp the city's inventory process as a whole, which would involve employee training, possibly a barcode system with scanners, something that would cost thousands of dollars, but at least the city would be able to keep track of their property.
Thousands of dollars that might be money well spent in the long run. Tarek, thank you.